And we are live. What's good, man? What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome to a special Sunday edition of I Really Want to Know podcast, man. How y'all feeling? Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope your weekend was cool. I really do. Hope you had a good weekend. My weekend was it's what they always do. It's pretty much par for the course. Went out Friday, went out a little bit Friday, went out a little bit Saturday, hanging out. I did see some things when I went out, just observing the dating marketplace, and I'm gonna be talking about it during the week. I'm not gonna talk about it on this episode. This episode, I couldn't wait. I didn't want to wait till tomorrow. I didn't want to wait till later on the week. Shout out to my man Perry Davis Jr. Esquire. That's my guy. Like way back in the day when I began to really travel, it was Perry that I would tag along with, and he would, we'd go different places, and it was cool. Like that was the cat that got me, to want to get out there and travel again. Like I did a lot of traveling in the military, of course, but as a civilian, I didn't really get into it until I started hollering at Perry. We both grew up in the same neighborhood. He went on to be, he's a very accomplished attorney. I went on to be an air traffic controller, as y'all know, retired now, and I would just go kick it with him. You know what I mean? First, we were traveling all over America, and then started traveling outside of America. So, from Aruba to Colombia, Brasilia, DR, and everywhere in between. Like, because I've been back to South Korea, been to China, been to Japan, been to Europe. You know what I mean? And Perry does the same thing. So he sent me this article. Well, he told me the story, then he sent me the article, and he sent me a link to a YouTube channel. And they have like a 12-minute video. People. We need people, men and women, especially women. Y'all need to be careful out there. The world is certainly, I want to say the world has changed, but the world has always been this way. It's always been this way. You got to be smart, protect yourself at all times. Shout out to Brother Hink in the basement. He says that all the time. Let's just get into it, man. It's just crazy. This article is nothing but crazy. It's horrific. It's sad. Here it is right here. And this is from the Daily Beast. A Texas fugitive, his DJ fiance, and a corpse in his suitcase. Yep, this is the story we're about to get into. An American man has enraged an entire country after being accused of the grisly murder of his 21-year-old fiance. Here he is right here. John Paulus, the face of evil right here. This is an evil guy right here. This is a very, very evil person right here. Sister DeSosa, how you doing? I see you, love. How you feeling? Thanks for joining us. Shout out to you. How you doing? Shout out to you. We're sitting here now. We're about to get into this story. We're going to talk about the very evil man, and there he is right there. There he is. That's the guy. We're about to read about what he did, and we're going to talk about the fallout. All right, so American said citizen John Polos, 35, was arrested by Interpol officers last week in Panama for the alleged murder of his fiancee and celebrated DJ from Bogota. The body of Valentina Tres Palacios, I think that's how you pronounce the name, Tres Palacios, has been found in a dumpster on January 22nd in the Faltobon district of Colombia capital, according to the public prosecutor's office. Tres Palacios' remains were stuffed into a blue plastic covered travel suitcase, which was properly packed in a white plastic bag. And this is from Semana magazine reported this, saying that the body had been found by a homeless man rooting through the trash. Prosecutors also noted that Tres Palacios' cell phone has been found in the garbage bin at the Dorado International Airport in Bogota. Authorities listed Tres Palacios' cause of death as mechanical strangulation and added that the autopsy indicated that she had intercourse with her killer shortly before her death. There were also bruises on her lips, cheek, back, and arm. And this was a very gruesome, grisly, heinous crime. It was just horrible. Sister Candace is in the house. What's good, love? Good to see you. Happy Sunday. This is just horrible. This is just horrible. Like, and I just wanted to touch on parts of this story because we're gonna react to a 12-minute video. This is gonna be much better. It's gonna really break it all the way down. We're gonna watch the whole thing. But Paulos was trying to board a flight from Panama to Turkey when he was apprehended, according to the Colombian police. He was also published photos of the tickets allegedly in Paulos' possession at the time. His final destination was apparently Montenegro, which does not currently have any extradition treaty with the U.S. or Colombia. So the guy knew what he did. He was trying to get away with it. So, and then this article goes in, like, again, here he is again, this horrible, fat, evil man, this dude out of Texas. This is just horrible. Leia Navoa was good. Good to see you, love. Always a pleasure to see you. This evil man. And in this article, it was talking about the poor woman's family. How he was, they knew him and they were gonna marry. He was gonna get married to the woman that he murdered. And the family was just devastated. Of course they would be. Right. And then it's just horrible. And it's like, there's a like little passage here, in talking about the family. There are other pressing concerns for the family right now, particularly because Valentina's musical talents were the family's main source of income. She was a very popular DJ, like an EDM type DJ, and they had like a subculture and a subgenre in Colombia, and she was really popular. She was making all the bread. The majority of the money she was making, she was actually getting from other men. Like, let's just keep it 100. We're going to see that when we react to this video here in a second. But the family, they say, we are humble. We don't have money. I really don't know what to do or where to go, because her income sustained the entire family. And if you go back and you watch the video I did with my friend Kat, we were talking about, why Colombian women are attracted to men and how's the culture work, and are women encouraged to bring these guys in. And my friend Kat, she's dual citizen. So she's Colombian. She grew up in Colombia. She's in America now. And she was explaining, it was a really good video. And she was explaining that it's, these women, they're just trying to take care of their families. They go out there and they're encouraged, like, go use your youth and your beauty and find a man, find a gringo. Like, he's gonna take care of you, bring you to America, and then you're gonna be able to bring your kids and other family members. And it just, like, one man can change the lives of everyone in the family. And this was coming from Kat. So this sort of thing isn't unusual. It's just, it doesn't generally, normally end like this. She just got a hold of the wrong guy. This dude was a truly evil man. And I mean, and it just, that article just kind of goes to show you that it's a thing. This guy's facing a minimum of 40 years, probably be looking at closer to 50 years in prison. Colombia does not have the death penalty. Man, they should for what he did. There are some very, very graphic photos out there. I've seen them. I would never post them. They're hard to watch, and I've seen a lot. The photos are hard to watch. So we're gonna get into this video, y'all. I mean, like I said, I couldn't. I wanted to get right into this video. Obiland. Obiland is where we're gonna is the YouTube channel that has this video up, and I mean this is a really good video. We're about to check this out. We're about to check this out because, yeah, I can't even. It's hard to even put it into words, yo. I mean, seriously, it's just hard to pull it into words. But shout out to this brother and his channel. I'm definitely gonna. I've already subscribed. I'm gonna start following his content. It looks like there's a bunch of content about kind of like the whole Passport Bros lifestyle and all that. And my thing with the passport, bros, I mean, it is what it is. If you want to leave America because you want to go out and try to find yourself a woman, a certain type of woman, and you want to leave America to do that, that's fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. A lot of people are like, well, it's just sex tourism. All right, whatever. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But don't hurt anybody. That's the thing. Don't hurt anybody. We're going to find out who this guy is and where he's from and a little bit about his background and what he was going through. And ladies and gentlemen, guys out there, y'all need to be paying attention to what's going on in the lives of these people y'all trying to link up with. You need to be paying attention. You need to figure out who you dealing with. Like, if it's a female, is she gonna set you up? If it's a dude, if you're a female messing with a guy, is he gonna delete you and put you in a suitcase? I mean, you don't be ignoring these red flags. And understand the game, gentlemen. If y'all going out of the country, if you're going to Colombia or Brazil, Argentina, Peru, if you're going to the Philippines, Thailand, understand the rules, man. Understand who you're dealing with. I know how it works. I know the rules in Colombia. I know what it is. These women will give you the girlfriend experience. They will. They absolutely will. But understand it's mostly transactional. Especially if you come in leading with your wallet, you throwing money at her, she's going to let you do it. She's going to gladly take that bread because she's got a family to support. She's supporting her mom, her dad, her brothers, her sisters, aunts, uncles, all that. She's taking care of that. So she's going to gladly take that bread, bro. You know what I mean? She's going to gladly take that bread. And if you ask her to marry you, she's probably going to get married. Like, yeah, I'll marry you, get through the process, get into America. And now she can really make some real money and get her family a real opportunity. Yeah, they're going to do that. You know what I mean? But you need to understand if it's transactional or not. Fellas, understand what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? It's you meet a woman, she's beautiful, she's way out your league, and it's like, oh, it's like a fairy tale, because it is a fairy tale, bro. She's doing it for the bread. She's probably got a husband, right? She probably got a whole family. He's probably encouraging her. All those sexy pictures, he's probably taking them. When you call, like, I want a video call to see what you're doing, the dude will be sitting right there waiting for her to finish the video call. They all know what it is. So, dudes, you know what I mean? Get this Disney fairy tale notion out your head, man. But let's check out this video, y'all. Wow. Please go and like and subscribe over here on Obiland, Obilaand. Check him out on YouTube. Support this brother. He's doing good work. It looks like this is a really good expose right here. So let's get into it. Let's check it out.
This a love story which went wrong. For the past week, Colombia has been in shock and in deep pain over the loss of a young Latina woman at the hands of her American boy.
Look how beautiful she is. Just right off rip. You see that fat, nasty, evil man that we saw pictures of him? And look how beautiful this woman is. She's out here hustling. She's DJing. She's doing her thing.
Friend. There is no other way to describe this. He is a monster. Cold-hearted, callous, and a manipulator. And so what triggered this man to commit this heinous crime and reveal himself as evil manifested? In this documentary, we bring to you the complete story and a breakdown of events which led to this horrific incident. Some say we all have a monster within us, but the difference is the ability to control it.
He's absolutely right. We do all have a monster within us. Every last one of us. Every last one of us. Absolutely. Thanks, Sister Candace Fair Use. Yeah, we're definitely adding our own commentary to this content. We all do have monsters within us. 100%. You got to control them. You got to be in control. If that means you got to go get help, go get help. You got to go talk to people. You need a clan. You know what I mean? I don't think this dude had anybody. I'm certain he didn't have anybody. This guy, we're going to get into what was going on in his personal life, and he didn't have anybody to talk to. He didn't have a tribe. He didn't have a clan. He ain't had nothing. He's out here making money, and he just, like I said, just a monster. Lady Navoa, oh, I'm going to whoop up, LOL. Just saw me blue, diamond, decade late. Yeah. Lucky I'm mad love for you, brother. Yeah, mad love for you too, love. I appreciate it. It's like I knew it, shaking my head absolutely like that. You know what I mean? And when y'all write me with hieroglyphs, don't get mad at me if I can't figure it out right away. Y'all know my mind is working slow. I'm an old dude. I'll be looking at the pictures like, all right, well, what am I missing here? Trying to figure out the hieroglyphics. You know what I mean? The hieroglyphs, absolutely fair use. But let's continue. Let's figure out how this went down.
John Paulus, arrested at Tocumen International Airport, Panama, for the murder of his girlfriend, Valentina Tres Palacios. And so the question remains, why did John do it? Why did this presumably ordinary-looking man snap and commit one of the most heinous crimes as a tourist in Colombia?
I don't think the dude snapped. I think the man was just evil. I don't think he snaps. I think he knew exactly what he was doing the whole time, and the guy was just, he could not control his emotions. This is one of the reasons why people keep saying, oh, men, you should be more in tune with your emotions. No, you should not. Men, y'all better learn how to control y'all emotions. If you don't, something like this could happen. Control your emotions, right? The penitentiary system and the morgues are full of dudes who couldn't control their emotions. We're all guilty of it. You know what I mean? You just go off sometimes. I get it, but you got to be in control of it. You got to know what's coming. Stay in the house if you need to. If you know you ain't right. Like, all right, man, this is not a night for me to go out. You know what I mean? It's, So, yeah, we're going to keep going.
Born in 1987 in Wisconsin, John Paulus is now 35 years old. Divorced from his wife Ashley in January 2021, he is a father of 3.
See that? The divorce in 2021, he's a father of 3. Right? He divorced. So he got married, started his family, was doing his thing, and it didn't work out for him. All right, whatever. It didn't work out. But that's no excuse for going down this road. You know what I mean? It's terrible.
He then traveled to several countries in Europe before resettling in Texas, where he worked as a financial advisor for an investment company called Vanguard, who paid him over $100,000 per year.
So he went to Europe. I bet you anything he was in Eastern Europe. I bet you was over there looking for a mail order bride, probably, trying to find a German or a Polish woman or a Romanian or, you know what I mean, a Ukrainian, right? I bet you that's where it was. Maybe he went to France, but the dude's fat. He's probably fat. He's nasty. Doesn't have a lot of life experience. Oh, I make $100,000 a year, man. That's nothing. Let's keep it 100, man. That's nothing. But even with that $100,000 a year, that puts him in the top 14% of earners in America. Isn't that crazy? Top 15% of earners in America. So it gave this guy the resources to do stuff. So he went to Europe first.
He was solo in Texas, tired of the dating scene in the United States, and so he took to Tinder. His region is set to Bogota, Colombia, and so he just may have found someone. He is now.
And I tell folks all the time about, like Tinder and all that, man. Look, online dating in America sucks. It doesn't make any sense to do it for the guys who do it. It's horrible. Let's just keep it 100. It's horrible. Unless you're one of those absolute top tier dudes as far as looks go, and you ripped up and all that, got some money, got some paper, whatever. Those guys can pretty much get away with whatever they want. Women, women don't make rules for those type guys. They make the rules for the beta. So if you're a true alpha and you're in online dating, you're gonna have a slew of beautiful women in this country trying to get at you. I got a buddy of mine who was like top tier like that. He's a real alpha, the Chad, whatever you want to call him, and he'll do it just for fun, just to show me. He's like, hey man, I'm gonna put up a profile on Tinder or Hinge or Bumble or whatever, and then within a matter of hours, I'm talking about hours, he'll have hundreds of gorgeous women getting at him, and he like, man, go ahead and type anything you want in there, man. Just see what she do. Just type in something crazy. And I'll type in something wild, like some sexual crazy things. Will you let me do this to you? Would you let me do that to you? And she's like, oh my God, like, well, normally I don't normally do those kind of things, but yeah, I think we can do something like that. yo, send me a picture. I want to send me something sexy. Send me, take out some lipstick and write 304 on your forehead. Take a picture of you laying in your lingerie and send it to me. 5 minutes later, here it is. Beep. There it is. She did it for him. I'm just on his profile, just typing just to see. I didn't think she would do it. I lost money. I'm betting him. He was like, bro, cost me a bottle of vodka. You'd be surprised what women let the top tier guys, and I'm talking about the Chads, just in looks, physicality, being handsome and stuff, the alpha seed, right? You'd be surprised what they let these alpha dudes get away with versus the beta need size of it. And this guy's part, he's like the beta. This is the beta dude who just went off and did some horrific evil stuff. But let's continue.
Now I'm chatting with Valentina Tres Palacios, a 23-year-old Latina DJ born and raised in Bogota, in Colombia. She was very popular in the nightlife scene, especially as a DJ for electronica music. She DJ'd in various clubs around the city.
You see how beautiful this young woman is. And when people talk about Colombia, when they talk about Thailand, when they talk about the Philippines, this is the average. Like, she's not even top 10 stunning. This is the average. It'll be women looking like this young sister right here working at McDonald's. Right? First time, and Perry told this story on the platform when he and I were talking about Colombia and how to act when you're in these countries. The very first time he took me down to Medellin. We walking around in the mall, El Dorado Mall, and he walking, he talking to himself. He turned, because I was next to him, and he kept walking. Next thing you know, he realized he's walking by himself. He turned around, he see me at the McDonald's. I'm sitting there, I'm trying to holler at the girl giving me an ice cream cone. What you see right there, this right here, this sort of beauty, this sort of good looks, is common down there. Extremely common. So here you got this guy, this fat dude, making $100,000 a year. He's on Tinder, and she's reaching out to him. If y'all don't believe me, get a picture of some fat slobby dude, start on your Tinder, like change your Tinder profile pics, change your name and all that, and go down there and set it for Colombia and see how many women hit you up. They're gonna hit you up on your Tinder account, and they're gonna push you to their WhatsApp. You have a WhatsApp, they're gonna be on WhatsApp hollering at you, asking when you coming down there. I'm talking just dozens and dozens of beautiful women, all shapes, sizes, and colors. They're all fine. That's how easy it is. So this dude, you know what I mean? Like that Disney fairy tale thing probably just kicked in on steroids. But let's continue.
It's reported she won the Breakthrough DJ Award at the Columbia Dance Awards in 2019, and she was gaining recognition as an up-and-coming DJ in a Colombian dance genre known as guaracha. Valentina, who was very outgoing, was a very lively and friendly person, and that's how she met with John.
Now, remember in that article on the Daily Beast, her family was like, we don't know what we're going to do now because she's gone, because she was the breadwinner for the family. Because of her career, she was out there. She's a celebrity in Colombia doing her thing. Now, he's talking to a celebrity. Imagine you a fat slob and you can get Logan Brownings to hit you up on Tinder. That's the equivalent. She's got that type of beauty. Y'all know I got a thing for Sister Logan. Holler at me if you out there, girl. You know, I want to round two. That first time I met you and I talked to you, I know I was looking bad, but I still had to say something. You know what I mean? But imagine you got top tier women hitting you up and you just a fat slob with no real social game. Like you gonna, instantly think you Mr. Big. So that's what's going on. This dude's looking at that. He locks in, he zeroes in on this woman who is working hard as a DJ, trying to make it in a country full of beautiful women, trying to show her talent, clawing her way to the top in the DJ world. But she still got to hustle and bring money in for her family. And that's going to have to happen in every way that she possibly can, even if it means running a finesse on some lonely gringo. So let's continue.
This relationship, which only lasted for 8 months, from around April or May 2022 to January 2023, began with a message from John and a response from Valentina. They had been messaging and talking to each other for a while. John really, really liked Valentina, and so he showered her with gifts and cash weekly.
So he led with his wallet. What they tell you. Don't lead with your wallet now. He led with his wallet. And truth be told, he could have just gone down to Colombia. She still would have came to see him, right? He still would have had to wine and dine her a little bit. And she might have hit him up for money, like, either just keeping it 100, like, yo, if you want me to stay with you, I'm going to need some money. Or she might have tried to be a little more covert with it. But he came out right out the rip. Money, 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 sending thousands of dollars a month. Money, money, money. Yeah, she going to keep you on the line. Yeah, she going to keep taking that bread, but she also going to be living her life. Let's continue.
And then he invited her over to Mexico for a vacation. This was the first time he was to meet with Valentina. He wined and dined her, spending lots of cash, buying her gifts. He was smitten by Valentina. For John, this was a promising start of a new relationship. They both returned from Mexico and the relationship blossomed. They were now texting each other and talking to each other more frequently. He loved the attention from Valentina. She made him feel like no other woman could do the same. And so just 2 months into the relationship, he asked her to marry him.
60 days in, he asked her to marry him. 60 days, y'all. 60 days in, he asked her to marry him. And she said, yeah. Again, she's thinking of her family. She's thinking, here's an opportunity. You know what I mean? I can, be able to, get citizenship in America, get some sort of legal status in America, and I can start bringing my family over. We can start doing these things, whatever, however it's going to work. She's looking at this as an opportunity, not just for her, but for her entire family.
He had finally met a good, submissive, feminine woman, not like those from the United States. We know this because he made a tweet. He was very content, and the plan was to relocate to Colombia, where he would marry Valentina. But maybe Valentina had other plans.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I got me a fit, friendly, submissive woman. Forget these American women. Dudes, you guys out here, man, watching this, watching it live or watching team replay, listen. If a woman is into you, if you are what she wants, she will comply. She will be submissive. She will stay in shape. You know what I mean? If you work out with her. If she into you, she really wants you, she'll do all that. She'll cook for you. She'll clean for you. Right? She'll want to just talk to you and be a part of your life. She'll do that. But you got to be what she wants, bro. This guy goes down to Colombia thinking, oh, I got me this perfect princess. You're about to see what happens.
Here's a message from Valentina to a friend regarding the idea of marrying John and a vacation in Mexico. We use the computer-generated voice for this translation.
Now he wants to get married. He was a little bit upset because I didn't even give him a single kiss, didn't even do anything. And he said, I know that you are not attracted to me, so you don't have to pretend.
At this point,
he takes her to Mexico. He meets her. He's been spending thousands of dollars, y'all. Thousands of dollars before he even saw her in person. She agrees to go to Mexico with him. They go to Mexico. He gets a room. I'm pretty sure he didn't get her a separate room. She didn't even touch him. She would not allow him to touch her. And he proposes. And then she's like on the phone like, yo, this too easy. He didn't even make me do something. She would have done anything sexually. And then he's going to say, well, I know you don't find me attractive and I don't care. Really? You don't care? Then why are we talking about you now? Because it sounds like you care. Your actions show that you cared about something. Let's keep going.
It's unclear how Valentina really felt for John, but for John, it didn't matter. He continued spending cash on Valentina. He paid for all her cosmetic surgeries, liposuction, breast enhancement, you name it, he did it, and he was happy. I mean, from his perspective, this was going to be his wife, and so he wanted her to look and feel good. At this point, it was alleged Valentina agreed to marry him, but was it for love or for something else? This is a sworn statement made by Valentina Tres Palacios' best friend, which was handed to the Fiscalia or the prosecution. The document reveals certain details about John and Valentina's relationship, including the discovery that she has a lover.
Keep it 100. She has more than one lover. This is just the dude that they knew about. This is probably like the latest dude. She's a young, beautiful woman. She's out there in the scene. She's trying to, you know what I mean, make her name in the industry. Of course she got some dudes she messing with that she's into. There's a guy out there that she wants, of course. And here he is.
Santiago Luna, a flashy 31-year-old from Bogota. Santiago Luna leads a true playboy lifestyle. Vacations, trips abroad. I mean, you literally see him on Instagram celebrating the purchase of a new car like it was a commercial. He is flashy, he's confident, he's good looking. He runs businesses to do with investment in cannabis and cryptocurrency. He's successful, a ladies' man, the complete opposite of John Paulus. And Valentina Tres Palacios, she liked Santiago Luna. And who wouldn't? Because this was a young guy who bragged about making $300,000 last year. Santiago Luna is all about lifestyle, trips abroad, and making money. And for many young women in Colombia, that's an attractive lifestyle. Santiago's relationship with Valentina had no official status apart from being lovers. And so the trip to Aruba, a small island.
So here we have it. So you got this young, beautiful woman, right? You got this young, beautiful woman doing her thing. And you got this American guy who is crushed. He's lonely. He's lost his family. You know, he's gone through probably the family court thing or whatever. It is what it is. He's paying child support, maybe spousal support, whatever. He's making $100,000 a year. He's spending every extra dime he has, he's spending on this beautiful young woman from Colombia. Right? So here she is. She's trying to run the finesse. She's trying to balance out her life. Well, I got this guy on this hand that's paying for my breast jobs, and he's paying for my lip fillers, paying for my liposuction, so I get all my body sculpting. He's sending me money to pay for my rent, clothes, buying all that kind of stuff. All right, this the dude with the bread. Then you got the other guy. Here's the guy that I want. Here's the guy that's got a bunch of women. He's got all kind of social proof. He's driving around in Audis and Ferraris. In Colombia, that's a big deal, y'all. It's huge. Huge. I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, dude behind the wheel of a Ferrari in that picture. It might not be his. The Audi was probably his. He probably bought it. You know, he's claiming to make $300,000 US a year. That's the guy. You know what I mean? That he's living a millionaire lifestyle in Colombia, and that's where he grew up. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. He's doing it, you know, looks like legally. You know what I mean? It ain't like he was out there getting that yayo. He out there doing what he do. So she's trying to balance the two guys. Like, well, again, alpha need, right? The alpha seed. She wants the alpha dude. That's the guy she wants to have babies with. And then there's the beta need. I need this beta guy to pay for this lifestyle or to pay for these things, including the baby I'm probably going to get from this alpha guy. I need somebody that's going, you know what I mean, just going to sit by me and pedestalize me and this and that. I don't see anything wrong with it. Y'all don't get me. I'm not tripping. The game is the game. The game is cold. That's why y'all need to understand what the game is. Wherever you at, you need to understand the rules of the game. Period. It is what it is. So I ain't mad at her at all. She's not the only woman doing this. The entire country, all those beautiful women down there, this is what they are doing. They have to. It is what it is. It's just, Colombia's not a very wealthy nation. They got to get the money from somewhere. And it's not like these women are dumb. These women all go to university. They're smart. They're savvy. They know how to hustle. The money just ain't there. And you got Westerners coming in. You got guys coming in from the UK. You got guys coming in from North America. You know what I mean? You got guys coming in from Australia, Japan, South Korea, Saudi Arabia. There's money coming in there. They know they got to get that bread. I'm not mad. These dudes just need to understand the game. Passport bros. Y'all just need to understand the game. You going to marry one of these women, bring them back to America, you probably going to get wrecked. She know the game. She can read. She's going to figure out the American law. Be like, oh, all I got to do is sit down with him for 7 years. And then boom, I can get divorced and still keep my citizenship and still bring my family over here. And I can have one of his babies and he going to have to pay child support. I ain't mad at you. That's the game. I ain't mad at you. But so we got this Aruba trip. So dude, you got the gringos, like, let's get married. I'm gonna come down there. We're gonna buy us a house. We're gonna be set up. Boom, boom, boom. And then she's with the alpha dude. She's trying to figure that out, figure out the alpha part of it, right? Whatever. So there's an Aruba trip. Pay attention to this part, y'all, because it's about to get groovy.
Island in the Caribbean. Valentina had led John to believe that she was performing a set on the island. John, unaware, even sent her $1,700 for support with her travel expenses outside the country. But the
right off rip, he done spent money. She going to Aruba to do a gig. He's spending money, big money to help her. Oh, let me help you with the gig, whatever. Just wanted to pause real quick and let y'all know the first time I engaged with Colombian women it was in Aruba. It's the first time I ever engaged with Colombian women. Met a few women, they were from Cali. It was in Aruba. You know what I mean? Dimes. Like dimes. I'm like, oh, this is some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. Until I got down into Colombia. Like, whoa, right? Insane. And the reason I went to Medellin is because the women I met from Colombia while I was in Aruba were telling me to go to Medellin. Like, oh, if you think I'm beautiful, you need to go to Medellin. They have the most beautiful women in Colombia. Boy, she wasn't lying. But let's continue.
reality was that Valentina was on vacation with Santiago Luna in Aruba. It's important to note that John was very possessive and controlling, often demanding late-night video calls with Valentina, and so it must have been very difficult for her to hide her relationship with Santiago Luna. But she
still figured it out. Yeah, it was hard for her to do it. Women know how to move. Ladies, when people ask this question, who cheats better? Who's better at cheating, men or women? Women are. Women cheat just as much as men, if not more. They don't get caught and they know how to do it. Look at this picture right here. Look at this picture. Right? There goes Santiago Luna right here. He's smashing all these women. 6 of them. Trust me, he smashed them all. Even the chubby ones here. The one in the white here and the one in the tan look. He smashed all 4 of these over here first. You know what I mean? And I bet you he hit these too. He living that life of abundance. He's out there. Wherever he goes, there's going to be people looking at him, men and women. Why? Because he rolls with beautiful women. All these women are right there. They all happy to be with him. They all on the elevator with him. He's probably taking a selfie of just himself. Like all these, he probably took that picture. But I'm just saying, though, you look at that, like this dude has a lot of perceived value. He doing his thing. It's part of the game. Brother Mark is in the house. What's good? My favorite devil dog. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. We just talking about this real evil man and the things that this evil man did down in Colombia. Just horrific things that this guy did in Colombia. So here she's on vacation with this guy. Here she is right here. She's with the black top and the white pants. Right? That's Valentina. Here's, and here's Santiago right here. They on vacation in Aruba with all the friends or whatever. You know what I mean? That's if that picture came from Aruba, we don't know. But you know what I'm saying? But she's on vacation with this guy in Aruba. And she's still managing to keep her boyfriend in the dark. The gringo from America who's sending her all the bread. She's still able to keep him in the dark. Women are good at cheating, bro. They are really good at cheating. I can't tell you how many times I'm listening to a woman talk to her loved one, her husband or whatever, long-term boyfriend or whatever, and I'm laying right there. Like she's in my bed. And it just blew my mind. That's why if you run game on Uncle Saint and you whatever, it's cool. I ain't gonna get mad at you. Like, man, I ain't mad at you. That's how the game is played. If I let my, you know what I'm saying, if I let my guard down or whatever, and someone runs the famous on me, shout out to the Tate brothers. You know what I mean? Free the Tate brothers. But if you run the famous on me and I fall for it, that's on me. That's on me. You know what I mean? But let's continue.
he did, or so she thought. John was getting suspicious, and it's possible that he knew about Santiago Luna and Valentina. Now back in Bogota, 2 days before John's arrival back into Colombia to live with and marry Valentina, Valentina spends the nights of 18th and 19th January with her lover Santiago Luna. But John had a trick up his sleeve. He had hired a private investigator to monitor the movements of Valentina Tres Palacios.
You know you got a problem when your dude is hiring a private investigator to professionally stalk you and take pictures and track you. No one's ready to deal with that. A private eye, I mean, I keep my head on a swivel, but I mean, if someone's running surveillance on me, if they running surveillance, I'm not going to be able to see that. I'm not even expecting that. You know what I mean? And they would have, if they're good, because I could run surveillance on someone and probably get away with it. You know what I mean? But that came with a little bit of training, working with special forces. It just kind of, you know what I mean? And just having a certain savvy about it. Like, I could probably get away with it. I could run surveillance if I had to. The average private eye, like the people that they hired to follow other folks, are pretty bad at it. You'll see them after a while. You know what I mean? Like, I done seen this person too many times because I pay attention. But the average person doesn't pay attention. You know what I mean? They don't. So this man hired a private eye. We got problems. That right there, that's a massive red flag. Now, thing is, she won't know. You know what I mean? And she probably didn't know until it was too late, and probably until her last moments, which again is sad. Poor young woman, beautiful young woman, full of life. So sad. So sad. Yeah, Brother Moore, I love Colombian too, man. I love Colombian women. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even if they just giving you the girlfriend experience, bro, it's still amazing. If you there for 3 days and she's right there for those 3 days, she'll make you feel amazing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Sister Candace, you got to be careful with the sleeping around. I read a story, a man who transmitted HIV to over 600 women. Yeah, we used to hear those stories all the time. Sister Follows in the house. Follow Keys Tracks. What's good, love? What's good? Good to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. South Carolina DJ. And that was Sister Candace. Sister Follow, what's going on in here, man? We're talking about an evil man. We're talking about what evil do, what evil looks like. And America manufactures some very evil people, man. I tell folks all the time, no one deletes humans like Americans. I don't know if it's something in the water, but there's no one on planet Earth as vicious as Americans. That's my personal opinion. I done been around the world and I done seen some pretty bad people. Y'all talk about the Taliban. You know what I mean? You talk about like the Khmer Rouge back in the day. You know, you want to talk about, you know what I mean, the Turks. But no one deletes humans like Americans. No one has a bloodlust like the people in this country. No one. Don't be fooled. I don't know if it's, like I said, I don't know if it's in the water. I don't know what it is. But let's continue. He done hired a private investigator, y'all.
And so it's possible he knew everything which was happening behind his back. And so it's possible his actions were premeditated. And so expected, on 19th January 2023, John boarded a flight to Bogota, Colombia.
And by the way, that was Miami International Airport. That first shot right there, the cam footage. I used to work there, that's why.
Clearing security checks at El Dorado Airport, he hired a car and drove to the north of Bogota to Cappadocia Apartments. It was in this building that the heinous crime occurred. He then checks himself in and is upset that Valentina cannot be with him on the day of his arrival. These are the actual messages.
Who said I'm going to a party? We did a video call, and you can see I am with Manuela at her house. We went to a cannabis conference, and that's all. I am not with anybody. I don't know where you got that from.
John responds nonchalantly, okay, but cannabis conference, Santiago Luna, and he was with Valentina on that day.
I have an appointment tomorrow to clean my face and to do my eyelashes. Then I will pack my things so I can be with you. I always told you it will be January 20th.
And this is so sad. She got all her stuff
And so
packed.
on January 20th,
She got all her stuff packed in the car with this guy. She's going through with it, y'all. She's going through with it. She told this man she was going to marry him. He done flew down there. She doesn't know that he's been tracking her through a private eye and doing all this other kind of stuff. Like, he knows what she's up to. Keep in mind, y'all, he hasn't been physical with this woman at all since they met. He doesn't know her in that way. They haven't slept together. They haven't made love. Nothing to this point. He didn't took her to Mexico on vacation. Like, he done spent thousands and thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? The surgeries, like the Botox, the fillers, the everything. She's sending money. She goes on vacation with her lover. He's sending her money for that. You know, she's running her game. She's running a finesse. And she's like, okay, I'm going to marry this guy. Why? Because in her mind, possibly she's thinking that this is going to be good for my family. I'm still going to be able to run these two worlds, but this guy's going to be here, you know, for my family. She's still young. She want to go out and have fun. She's trying to do her thing. And you got this fat gringo dude, you know what I mean, El Gordo, coming straight out of America. This is so sad, man. This was like the last night that she was with us. This is like I want to say this is the night. The video we're watching is from the night she actually got deleted.
Valentina is reunited with John, and this was her final video message, which she forwarded to her mother. She had told Santiago Luna that she's going to be living with a friend in a new apartment. He offered to help her pack her things, but she declined. These are the final 24 hours for Valentina. They arrive at the apartment and everything is normal. Just to note, the following day, 21st January at 2:20 p.m, Santiago Luna texts Valentina. She was upset because he had had dinner with other women. Later on that night, Valentina and John head to Club Nexus, where Valentina works. As usual, he was being controlling and possessive. He wouldn't let her out of his sight, and so Valentina was uncomfortable. And
so right there, like, that was the red flag I wish she hadn't ignored. Like, she's there, she got her gear in his house. I wish she wouldn't have ignored that red flag that night. He's like handcuffing her. We call it handcuffing when you just, you know, you just smother that person. He handcuffing her, yo, like, you know, being overbearing, like won't let her do anything. You won't let her, who is that? Who you talking to? Why that guy over here? I wish that she had decided to, you know what, this is too much. I'm gonna go home tonight. I'll come see you later on. And then went to go see her with some family members, like got some help. You know what I mean? I wish she had done that, because this is just terrible. Miss AKA ladies in the house, what's good, sis? How you feel? Welcome. Just talking about this tragic story of this young woman who was deleted in Miami by this evil American fat dude. But let's continue the story.
So they went home, and this is the final image of Valentina captured on CCTV. On that night, they made love, and it is alleged that while Valentina was sleeping, John had enough. He saw further messages evidencing Valentina's cheating, and so he put his hand around her neck until she stopped breathing.
So right there, I want to pause it right there. Like, this platform says that they made love, right? They finally, for the first time, they made love. My buddy Perry, who's an attorney, like, he's done some criminal law stuff, but he normally focuses now like with family law and you know, estate stuff and all that. But my dude was saying he believes that all this came about, the final straw probably was her refusing him. Like, no, I don't want to do anything. And he knows, because he's had the private investigator, he knows about the other guy, he knows about all his other stuff. And he probably was trying to get aggressive, and then just maybe at that point he just lost it, and he strangles her and deletes her. And my buddy, his theory is that this sick, evil man, even though she might have been deleted, went ahead and did what he did anyway. Went ahead and knew her in a biblical sense. So my buddy thinks that the relation part came after the deletion. And I don't think there's any way you could prove it. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any way you can prove it either way. But that's his theory. And again, this picture, this frozen right here, this picture, he's pushing her. He done placed that beautiful woman. He done placed her inside this suitcase. In this covering here, that's covering her head. Her head is sticking out of the suitcase. He's got the majority of her body in there and it's zipped up. He couldn't get the head in, so he covers it up with this sheet or cover or whatever this is. Right? And he's pushing her down to the car.
And then he put her body in his suitcase. It is believed John was aware of Santiago Luna and was jealous of him.
Ladies, this is why you got to be careful who you dealing with. This is why you got to be careful who you dealing with, ladies. This fat, sloppy, out of shape dude has enough strength to delete a human with his bare hands, to then take the body and put it inside of a suitcase and then pick that body up outside of the little shopping cart and shove it into a car. I'm pretty sure she weighed about 110, 120 pounds or something like that. But that weight's not balanced. That's a horrible way to go. I didn't personally know this woman, but I mean, it hurts. It hurts to see this. Ladies, y'all got to be careful who y'all dealing with. This girl power, this I can fight a guy stuff. No, you can't. You cannot. Let's continue.
He drives with Valentina's body, which is in his suitcase, in the trunk of his car. On his way to the airport, he drives through a neighborhood called Fontibon, where he discards Valentina's body in a dumpster. What he didn't expect was for a homeless person to look through the dumpster almost immediately for any valuables.
Colombia is a very poor nation. So this guy is driving around looking for a place to dump this poor woman that he done deleted. He's looking for a place to dump her. He decides to go up to this trash bin, which is, again, it's just horrific. He did what he did to this woman. He deleted her in the manner that he did it. And then he violates her body by throwing it away like that. Just like trash, man. So Colombia is a very poor nation. Very, very poor country. You know what I mean? Bogota is a big city. There's going to be a lot of poor folks. Just you won't see them. They're out there. You don't see them. But they see you. So he sees this gringo dude dump a suitcase into a trash bin. So yeah, dude's going to run right up in there to see what's in that case. Oh, a gringo throwing this stuff away, must be some good stuff in there, some clothes. You know what I mean? It could be like, it's like an old computer. Who knows? So the guy immediately jumped in there and he discovered Valentina's body. And there are some pictures out there, y'all. I have them, but I'm not going to show them. There are some pictures that show the crime scene. They take the covering off of her head and they unzip the suitcase, and there's crime scene photos out there, y'all. Gruesome, horrible, horrific things. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, ladies. Y'all should look at it. Y'all should look at it, because you don't want to wind up like this poor woman. You just don't want to wind up like this poor woman. But let's continue.
John Paulus then arrives at El Dorado International Airport. He pays cash and buys a flight to Panama. In Panama, to further confuse authorities, he pays for 2 first-class tickets in cash, one to Istanbul and the other to Sao Paulo. The idea was to take a flight from Istanbul to Montenegro, a country which has no official extradition treaties with the United States or Colombia. It's 9:20 p.m. and John Paulus has just cleared security, and he's about to board the flight to Istanbul. And that's when the Panamanian authorities and Interpol catch him.
And here's the thing. He probably would have made it to Montenegro. He probably would have made it to the country with no extradition like he was planning to do, if poor Sister Valentina's body wasn't discovered so fast. And, you know, it's a damn shame. You know what I mean? It's just a shame. Brother Cody's in the house. What's good? Cody is king. I see you, fam. Yeah, we talking about a real evil dude, man. But let's continue. Cody is king is not evil. We talking about this John Paulus guy or whoever he is. We talking, this guy is an evil guy. Brother Cody's my guy. He's my dude. That's a real guy right there, y'all. If this dude had the abundance mindset and the work ethic that Brother Cody has, we wouldn't be watching this story right now, because the guy would be in the gym. He got his body together. He'd continue to get his money up, right? He would have options, and he would be just seeing women, whoever he wants to see. Nah, this guy got this dude, this evil man, this fat man. He wasn't doing that. There's so many dudes like that out here, and especially in this country. Ladies, I can't stress to y'all enough. Be careful. It's some weirdos out here, ladies. Be careful. Be careful. Miss AKA lady. This is why I was super cautious when I was dating. I never drove loops around the city to make sure I wasn't being followed home. You just never know. Yeah. I used to do that as a dude. I was always worried when I was young back in the day when we was doing whatever we was doing. I was worried like this woman right here might tell somebody where I live. So I never took the same way to my house. I always took different routes. I was purposely getting them confused. You know what I mean? Because remember, there was no GPS back then. So I would use all kind of crazy routes to get in and out of the crib. You know what I mean? Because I don't know this lady. Like, she could set me up, man. There's people out there might be looking for me. So, but yeah, this guy, evil guy. Let's get back to it.
In Colombia and South America, the news spreads like wildfire, especially with the horrific nature of the crime, the callousness, with images too graphic to be shown on this channel.
I've seen those images, y'all. He ain't lying. It's very difficult to watch. It's not that there's no fluids or anything like that. It's just what he did with this body to put it inside that case. Oh, it's horrible.
John Paulus is captured and in police custody. He actually tried to blame one of the cartels. How did he think he would ever get away with this crime? From Panama, he's transferred on a flight.
Look at this fat bastard right here, y'all. Look at him. Look at him. He told that woman, "Oh, I know you're not attracted to me." He ain't attracted to himself, man. Look. Ugh. Look at this dude. He's out here messing with this beautiful woman. You know what I mean? His head is scrambled. He got one-itis. He probably never dealt with the loss of his family and how all that went down. You know what I mean? Getting divorced and everything else. This guy had all kind of problems, man. This poor woman, she had no idea what was coming.
Straight back to Colombia. The media is in a frenzy. The monster has been captured. He looks so innocent, yet so dangerous, so heartless, and regardless of the situation, there are no excuses for what he did. This was a crime of passion, born from jealousy and the feeling of being inadequate. Jean Paulus's actions not only show a man who is weak, it also revealed a man who deep down is a monster.
Yeah, that dude really is a monster, y'all. That dude really is a monster. You know what I mean? He pled not guilty to the case. He's through. He's through. He's never gonna breathe free air again. He shouldn't. In fact, my initial thought was, because he's facing 50 years if he's convicted, and my initial thought was just deal with him on the inside. Just deal with him on the inside. That was my initial thought. Like, man, just let him get dealt with on the inside. But now I'm like, nah, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, they should deal with him on the inside. Y'all know what I'm talking about? He get in there, they should just handle that. But now I'm thinking about it like, nah, especially reading the articles and watching this, I'm like, nah, you know what? They should keep him alive and let him suffer. Let him suffer. Every single day, day in, day out. Don't even let him self-delete. They should keep him alive and make him suffer every single day. You know what I mean? Make him day for day, 50 years. Make him suffer. So he come out of there an 85-year-old man. And then what he did to that poor woman, inexcusable. You ain't got to do all that, bro. You ain't got to do all that. When you can find a woman just as beautiful, pay her a couple dollars, man, she gonna make you feel like you her boyfriend. You ain't got to do all that, bro. And like I said, she's just down there trying to support her family. Just trying to support her family. That's what they got to do. That's what they got to do, man. And it's terrible to see that. It's terrible. So yeah, man, I hope he lives a very, very, very long and painful life in the Colombian prison system. You know what I mean? I hope they get this dude what he deserves. A fate worse than death. For real, for real. This guy. You know what I'm saying? This guy. So I saw this, man. Shout out again to my man Perry Davis Jr., man. I saw this. He was like, bro, you got to put this, you got to do this. You got to do an episode on this. He sent that to me. I'm like, I just made a thumbnail and jumped on here, man. I'm just like, you're right. I should have waited for him. I'll probably bring him on. We're going to talk about it. Just talk about it. Just the whole Passport Bros thing. You know, like I said, I don't mind y'all going out. And by the way, I dropped the link if anybody want to pop up here. I did just drop the link. Yeah, Brother Cody is saying facts. I think Brother Cody's agreeing to what I was saying. I hope this guy does every day, 50 years, day for day, and every day they make him suffer. That's what I'm hoping. Keep him alive. Don't let him self-delete, and don't y'all delete him. Keep him in there every single day. Let him think about what he did every day. Do something to him, but don't take him out. Let him do all that time. Let him do every day of them 50 years. Then when he gets out, then go ahead and deal with him. That's what I hope happens. Miss AKA lady, did she reject him or something? I think in the end there was a little bit of rejection, and it was just, I think she was on some, I got a headache, I don't want to do anything, you know what I mean? I don't think she wanted to be intimate with the guy. And I think that's what finally was the last straw. You saw his body, you saw how he looks, man. That fat, nasty gringo. I think the dude, I think at that point he probably snapped. You know what I mean? I hate to use the term snap. I think at that point he decided to do what he did. Ain't no snapping to it because he hired the investigator, right? He hired the private investigator to track her, and he's doing all this stuff and realized, you messing around with this other. They probably gave him a whole file on it. Like, yeah, she with this guy. She flew to Aruba to be with this guy. They kick it. You know what I'm saying? He's a big guy down here. You know what I mean? In that world, they dating or whatever. That's just, they're lovers. Whatever. So he probably like, well, you gonna be with him, but you ain't gonna be with me. Yeah, they make rules. Women make rules for betas. There are no rules for alphas, and if there are any rules for alphas, they gonna break them. Right? Women make rules for betas. This dude was a beta. His role was to be a provider. His role was to be there and help her save her family, not save her family, but be there so she can take care of her family better and maybe become an American citizen and get them out, get them some more options. That's his role as the beta, the evil dude. The alpha dude, he's just out there doing this thing. The Santiago dude, he's out there just being him. Right? And she was chasing him. She wanted the alpha guy. This is how it works, man. Not just Colombia. It works like that all over the world. That's just the way it is. That's the human condition. It is what it is. Such a horrible way to go. Beautiful young woman, too. And I ain't gonna lie to you, like y'all saw the pictures of her with all the makeup on. I don't like those kind of photos. I when she had on no makeup, or very, very little makeup, I thought those were the most beautiful pictures of her. You know what I mean? Not to speak poorly of the party. I'm not. The point I'm trying to make is she's absolutely stunning. Absolutely beautiful. And there's a country full of women that look just like her. And she's just doing what they normally do. And she just got tied into the wrong dude. You know what I mean? She got locked in with an evil man. She didn't deserve that. I don't care what she did. There's nothing she could have done in her short life that would deserve that. That's just horrible, man. Just horrible. You know what I mean? So, for those of you who pray, please pray for Sister Valentina and her family. You know what I mean? Light candles, whatever it is, meditate on it, whatever it is you do for her family. Because she was the breadwinner. She was the absolute breadwinner. And now that she's gone, the whole family is trying to figure it out moving forward. What do we do? Dang. Oh, well, that's just horrific, y'all. It's horrible. I wanted to jump on and just wanted to talk about that. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about, it's going to be very light tomorrow. We're going to be talking about, how to approach beautiful women. The thumbnail has been up. I hope y'all come through for that. It's definitely going to be a polar opposite of what we just talked about for the past hour here. But, how to approach women. And I got some more shows. We're gonna be doing some downrange stuff this week. There's some stuff going on politically out there. There's a lot of stuff going on. The Republican Party, again, the Democratic Party is sitting back and just being quiet, and just making bad policies, right? Just trying to wreck America. But the Republican Party seems to be in disarray. So there's some articles I've been looking at. There's some stuff that's going on I definitely want to bring up and talk about. So definitely tomorrow, 6 o'clock, we're going to talk about how to approach a beautiful woman. And then, we'll come up with some more shows for the week. Definitely be looking for some political stuff. If y'all have any ideas, hit me up on Instagram. If you have any ideas, and here's my Instagram here. Actually, here's my Instagram there. I really want to know podcast, all one word, on Instagram. Hit me up on there if you have any ideas or anything you want to see. And I'll do it. Just as simple as that. I know Brother Hayoka is out there, and we're gonna be doing this show on AI, and I'm trying to get that done this week. I got to reach out to him tonight, as a matter of fact, because he sent me so much stuff. I'm gonna see if he's available, and we're gonna get that going. Suzette Speaks in the house. What's good, sis? Hey, y'all. I know majority of y'all are already Suzette Speakers. You know what I mean? For those who ain't, go over there and check out her page, man. Suzette Speaks. Make that happen. Support Suzette. She's doing great things. And it's funny, I started talking about politics and then boom, Suzette shows up. So we're gonna get some political stuff going on Downrange Podcast. We're gonna talk about it. If I'm lucky, I can get Suzette to pop over and give us her opinion on what's going on. The Republican Party is having a lot of trouble right now within their ranks, just trying to figure stuff out. And like the black conservatives are like stuck between a rock and a hard place. And what they're doing is seeing, it's just kind of, it's crazy, y'all. Like, it's crazy. So we're going to be talking about that. Thank y'all so much for popping in. I just wanted to, I dropped a link, but, I know it's Sunday and people are normally with family and stuff like that. Sorry to bring you such heavy content, subject matter on a Sunday, but I didn't want to wait when I saw that story. I did not want to wait. I wanted to put this out here. I want people to think about that. I want people to learn from this. I want people to learn from this. And it's, it happened in Colombia. This sort of thing happens in America all the time. All the time. Ladies, you got to be careful out there. Be careful who you dealing with out there, y'all. Be careful. You know what I mean? And look at Susie. Like, yep, political discussions is my thing. Absolutely. I got to get you over here, sis. You know what I mean? We got to, talk some politics. Because I'm closer to the conservative side of things. I'm center right, and I would say that that Suzette is more center left, and I think it'd be a good conversation. I'm gonna try to work something out. I'm gonna try to work something out with Suzette. See what we can't get accomplished, and get over here and talk some politics. But yeah, y'all, thanks for rocking out with me, man. Thanks for checking this out. Please, on this one, send this one out to folks, man, so they can see what happened, so they can understand what's going on. Protect yourself at all times. You know what I mean? Shout out to Brother Hank in the basement. Protect yourself at all times, y'all. Shout out to Melanie King. Been rocking on her platform a lot over the past 6 or 8 days or so. She's showing all kind of love. Go over there and subscribe and support. Ladies, Melanie King is working with Just Pearly Things. I think they're putting together something. And it's going to be something along the lines of a wife school. You know what I mean? So I don't know if there's anyone who might be interested in that and seeing what they got going on. Check out Melanie King, because she's been talking about it on every live stream over the past 4 days. So, for those who might be looking for a different perspective on how to find a husband, I think they got something in the works. Over here with me, y'all know it is what it is. I'm talking about, what life is like in these streets today. I'm just going to let you know what it is today. You know what I mean? And it's different for men. Men, y'all need to understand the game has changed. You need to adjust your game accordingly. So I'm just, if you want to holler at me about what's going on, what I'm seeing out there, I'll let you know. I'm you know what I mean? I'm definitely seeing some things. I saw something last night that I was up early this morning thinking about it. Couldn't stop thinking about it. I saw this beautiful, feminine, sharp, you know what I mean, woman. Had herself together on every aspect. I mean, just, you know what I mean, great career. She's fit. You know what I mean? Beautiful, got money. But she had on a 304 outfit and she was out there getting that attention. You know what I mean? And for the life of me, I just couldn't understand why. I couldn't understand why. This is the first time I ever asked myself that question. I'm sitting there and I'm watching this woman. And the only thing that was on my mind was why. She was absolutely the most beautiful person in her group. Just the group was doing what they was doing. I understand why the group was trying to get attention, but I did not understand why this particular woman, and I still don't. I'm gonna have to think on it for a while. I'm gonna have to talk to some of my folks, try to figure it out. You know what I mean? But again, very nice, very beautiful woman, very, very cool. I just didn't understand why. Miss AKA Ladies LOL, the wife school. Yeah, man. I'm hearing a lot of talk about that, the wife school, whatever. It seems that the way these streets are, I think, people are starting to change their ways or wanting to change their ways. I don't know. I'm not female. I can't get into that. I don't know. It just is what it is, man. It's so transactional these days out in the streets. Either you a dude, you a top tier guy, and women are chasing you, and you're living that life of abundance, or you're in the bottom 80 and you're not even being seen by women. And for the and the women you do approach, it seems like they're trying to take your bread. It's all like the OnlyFans, the strippers, the whatevers. You're leading with your wallet. It seems to be the two, those are like the two ways. And I tell these guys, if you're in the bottom 80, you just got to work your way out, y'all. Just work your way out of the bottom 80. Work on yourself. Do it for you, not for women. Do it for you. Become the best version of you. Get yourself in the top 20%, and then women will start coming at you. Once you do that, you will be seen. Until then, you're going to be invisible. That's all it is. That's just how I see it. You're going to be invisible. You know what I mean? Miss AKA Lady, it doesn't have to be transactional, but that's another topic. You're right. It definitely is another topic. I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying. It seems to be transactional these days. It seems to be that way right now. I've never seen it at this level. You know what I mean? It seems to be very transactional. But it is what it is. There's plenty of good people out there, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's good people out there, and there's some good people doing bad things. It is what it is. And like I said, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to end this. I'm going to end the stream, but I just want to end it on this note right here. Plausible deniability only works when there is no proof, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be filming your dirt. Keep it in the closet where it belongs, right? Keep it in the closet where it belongs. I'm not saying don't do your dirt. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying when you do like Tretch said from Naughty by Nature. I do my dirt all by my lonely. That's how you should be doing it. Plausible deniability only works when there's no proof, y'all. So thanks for rocking out with me, man. I got to go. I appreciate y'all, though. I really do. I hope the stream was cool. I hope y'all got something out of that tragedy in Colombia. You know what I mean? When this is what happens when evil passport bros show up. He could have done the same thing over in, Eastern Europe. He could have done it in Asia. It just happened that he did it in Colombia. Ladies, be careful out there. Fellas, y'all need to be careful, too. Know who you dealing with, y'all. Know who you are dealing with and move accordingly. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a good Sunday. I'm DL Saint. This is DL Saint. I Really Want to Know podcast, man. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.